So there is a rumor going around lately, and that rumor is that The Witcher 3 could potentially show up on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I don't think that will necessarily happen. I am kind of optimistic or cautiously optimistic that if it is being attempted, they will try their best to get it running competently. But at least in my opinion, I don't think it will run all that well on the Switch. Now, with the Switch and the current hardware that's in it, yeah, I don't think The Witcher 3 would run reliably there. Okay, it's a Tegra X1, which is no slouch. Okay, it's proven itself. It can play Doom 2016 fine. It's actually handling Wolfenstein 2 pretty well on the Switch. But a game that is locked at 30 FPS on the Xbox One and PS4, and even manages to drag those consoles to their knees, I'm having a hard time seeing it on the Switch. Now I know there are people out there who are dedicated to, making very demanding games like The Witcher. A good example would be Low Spec Gamer, actually run on very low end hardware. Granted, some of the hardware isn't like potato level, but it's low end to the point where it has modern features. It's just it doesn't have the computing power to actually handle something like The Witcher. So they bring it down to a level to where that hardware can handle it, and it plays. Now, of course, a lot of videos I've seen from the low spec gamer, the games look pretty fucking horrendous. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I actually remember watching his Overwatch one, and I think even his Black Ops 3 video on his channel, and those games look fucking god awful. Granted, it was like on the lowest possible hardware he had. Okay, like it was very old hardware. All right, I wouldn't say it was ancient, but it was old enough to say that yeah, no, like there was no way these games are running on it. I mean, obviously a 1030. I know he has featured the GT 1030 on his channel before. A 1030 would have been able to handle that. Okay, a GT 1030 would have been able to handle, Black Ops 3, I feel. However, with the hardware he had, it was relatively low end. And with the Switch and its hardware, it is Maxwell based, so I believe it is kind of like based around the whole 900 series of GPUs. So it probably has like the processing power of, I don't know, a GT 930, if at that. I wouldn't really rank it up with like a 950 Ti or a 960. There's no way the Tegra X1 is that powerful. However, I think if they were to try, okay, they probably won't release it, but if they were to try and actually find a way to get it to run, and hell, even somehow find some hidden fucking resources in the hardware that no one has ever seen before, it could come to the Switch. The Witcher 3 could come to the Switch. But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen. With the current hardware, it's kind of limited. And if they do manage to get it to work, it's probably going to look god awful, okay? It's not going to look anywhere near. It's not going to look anything like Doom 2016 or Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch, and those games look pretty fucking good on the Switch. I'm not even going to lie. Granted, they're at low settings at 30 FPS, but I thought both of those games looked fucking amazing. And considering those games are running on id Tech 6, yeah, no, that fucking blew my balls off when I actually saw those games running on it. I even beat Doom on the Switch, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. But with The Witcher, a game that actually did bring the Xbox One and PS4 to its knees, I'm not exactly too hopeful. If they do manage to figure out a way to get it to put it on the Switch and actually get it running very well and have it, be a competent port, not only would that mean people have actually sat down and studied the hardware of the Switch, but it would also mean that Nintendo could also do a mic drop, because then that would put them way ahead of the console race, and they would actually have a serious dog in the console war. Granted, they kind of do now because of the Switch, and the Switch has actually allowed them to compete and actually even outsell, I believe, the Xbox One at least. I don't know about the PS4, but the Xbox One, and that's, at least in my opinion, amazing. So we're going to have to wait and see. I don't know if The Witcher 3 will ever come to the Switch. It may not. But if it does, yeah, I would definitely run out and buy that shit just to see how it ran. If it runs competently, you bet your ass I will talk about it. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys later.